your ball in the trees and then you live out the puck. But if you've got a little time, then come and spend it with us, 'cause now you're listening to the Rough Cut.
Hello, 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 and welcome down to yet another episode of the Rough Cut Golf Podcast, coming to you live if you are watching from the lovely Artisans Clubhouse at Hesketh Golf Club, which the guys here at Hesketh have very kindly let us use. So, Peter, thank you very much for your hospitality, and everyone at Hesketh for generally just being lovely to us. We are sitting here in the aftermath, the nuclear apocalypse, some would say, of Open qualifying, and as you can see, we are chugging down on Brooklyn Brewery Pilsner. Other Pilsners are available after playing what could only be described as my worst of the year. I'm joined by Mick, I'm joined by Jacob, I'm joined by Kieran. David is hovering in the background like an ominous presence.
That's David's kind of just that's kind of character, isn't it?
An ominous presence. Just waving in the background. We've all been here today. It's been a fantastic, beautiful day. It does feel like summer is here. It didn't help me with the conditions of the course. It was playing very firm, very fast. Didn't get to grips with it at all and finished 12 over par, which is absolutely...
Good. How many seconds?
Time stamped 2 minutes in there.
That's one swear word. Let's see what we finish with.
So 12 over on swear words.
How different was it from, obviously you played last Monday, wasn't it? Was it last Monday or last Tuesday you played?
Monday, yeah.
Last Monday. How different was the course from last Monday compared to this Monday?
So, need to... But I need to kind of describe this properly, because it was almost, if you're landing the ball on the greens, it was almost impossible to hold the greens. But having said that, I was playing from the rough pretty much every single time. But even the guys like that were playing with Charlie and Jake, they were struggling to kind of hold the greens on just iron shots off the fairway as well. Jake, who played with shot 1 under, so he should get through by the looks of it.
He was playing quite well.
Yeah. I think it was about 6-7 groups still to come in. Andy Carter played here as well. He's just clinging onto a playoff spot at the moment with 1 over par. I've probably got a feeling that another level or another under par might come in just to nudge him out of it. And
also, I don't think he's here. So if it I'm pretty sure he shot that score and then went, nah, it's probably not going to make it, and then went home. So if the playoff happens, he's automatically not making it.
I think he did pretty well. I think he was 3 over on the back nine. No,
3 under.
3 under on the front nine.
3 under on the front.
And then 4 over, 3 over on the back. Anyway.
Did you see his shot? Basically had this shot from the bunker where like it was just on the lip of the left, and he was
kneeling down.
Yeah, he was
from
his kneel. So
good lord,
I feel like he got a bit unlucky there, but yeah.
And I think I'm presuming this is. I'm presuming that Fryer has has videoed his round.
He's got someone to draw his round.
I'm presuming he has, because apparently he's gone triple bogey.
Yep.
Hole in one.
Yeah.
For God's sake.
It's just mental.
I only had we've just come straight from the course here, so I've had a very quick check on my phone. And I think he has got it recorded. So
that's good.
It'd be amazing.
Can you imagine? Honestly, if he wasn't filming his Open qualifying round, you'd be pretty surprised.
Yeah.
But then also, I have this fear that we're going to get one on the channel, and what almost happened in Turkey will happen, where you're you don't catch it go in the hole, or the angle's not quite right, or you can't see the bottom of the pin like when you got your previous one. So let's hope he's got it, because that we were saying all the way around, that video literally makes itself.
Yeah, that's it.
100%.
That's it. He's done. He must have had the most relaxing round ever.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm
taking phone calls.
I'm basically done. That's it. I suppose we should talk through my round.
You sound thrilled to do so.
Years worth of build up just to do that crap was not the best. To be honest with you, it was horrendous. I don't think I've ever struck the ball quite that bad as I did on the first 13, 14 holes.
Yeah,
I've just done a very quick count in my head. I think I've hit 2 fairways today.
Yeah, that won't get it done.
Which is
not your norm. The thing is, it's
awful.
Yeah, it's just not what we've been seeing.
No. And then I think of it 6 greens in reg, which just stinks. Like, it's so bad. And I didn't even kind of hole any putts. Didn't hole any putts. Really only realistically gave myself one good chance of birdie. That one that just like hung.
Oh my
14.
God, I almost
Yeah,
threw up in my mouth.
That was disgusting. It just basically just if you watch the video when it comes out, it's kind of just lipped, went around the back of the hole and just sat like on the back of the hole. Probably one way just leave it for 10 seconds, but it didn't drop. But we're at the end of the day, if we're looking at that to go in to improve the score, then we are just kind of clutching at straws.
Yeah.
Scores and straws.
You'll know which putt it is. 'Cause
Clutching everything.
It will have very dramatic build-up music, and then the music will go
Yeah.
just as it's.
We'll do that thing what some people say now is like, oh, I knew that putt was going to go in because the dramatic music started. It's like, no, we'll play it and it just still won't go in.
It still won't go in.
It was hard out there. I mean, I vividly remember from today on the 8th hole, second shot, he did a good drive. Second shot,
Which one was 8?
8th is the one before 9.
The one you all and came after 7. It was after the long par 5. It's the one you always forget when the driving range is to your left.
Oh right, yeah.
And you'd hit this, you'd hit the fairway, you hit iron off the tee, hit the fairway, and no joke, when I zoomed into the green, the ball went out. Like, I got it landing, it then hit. It had such a big bounce that it went out of the viewfinder,
Out of frame.
and out of frame. That's how big that bounce was. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it.
It was just it just didn't. It just couldn't adapt. Like, I couldn't figure it out in my head how to like. If a pin was at the back, you were basically trying to play the middle of the green number, but then as the ground progressed, it was like, actually got to try and play the front number.
Yeah.
And then if it was downwind, you're effectively playing a 180-yard shot and you're trying to land it like 140 yards.
Yeah, it's weird.
And it's just I just couldn't figure that out in my head. And then when I did try and land it on that number, anyway. It's about 12 minutes in.
Yeah.
We're up to 2.
7 minutes.
Yeah,
7 minutes in.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that over those first 14 holes, I didn't have a clue where that ball was going. Not a clue.
Yeah, which is not ideal.
I just didn't. I couldn't feel anything. So annoying.
How were you hitting it on the range?
Yeah, decent.
Yeah.
That's what's really annoying. I actually hit some decent shots on the range.
Yeah.
Pretty straight, like tiny little draw, and then just everywhere. Just bad directions, bad strikes, bad flights. Kind of really not starting over the point I wanted to, drawing too much, fading. I was basically toe fat in those. It was only by the one where I hit it quite close.
On 14.
14.
Yeah.
I think that might be the first decent iron shot I've hit off the tee.
And you still got unlucky as well because it
Took a huge kick
shocking
into that
bounce
rough,
to the left.
yeah. And that was it.
What would you... The thing I was kind of thinking in my mind is obviously when you played in that PGA Tour event at Myrtle Beach and you played so well and so solid all round, what do you think was like the difference between the two? Did you feel like when you got on that first tee there was more of like pressure of delivering, or were you kind of just... Did you feel or think it more, or was there... It just didn't happen today? You wouldn't put it down to anything. It's just...
I don't know. I just didn't like... I mean, from the very start, that first tee shot, that's... I mean, I do have like a pull hook in my locker, but that was...
We've not seen you do that badly
that was a big
for
one.
a while.
That was a big one. So obviously, as soon as that's hit, in my head, I'm like, well, where did that come from for a start? And then it's like, well, trying to overcompensate a touch, and it was just... Everything was just... I was like really just searching for a way to hit the ball, which is not ideal. Like if you don't know where it's going. And then the course obviously was just not... Like there was no forgiveness. Like if it was going to go offline, it was going to roll into kind of trouble. It wasn't.
Yeah. We spoke to Elliot Tickle, who turns out is like one of the nicest dudes ever. Before the round, and he said, if you missed a fairway, you've bogeyed that hole, because the rough was just horrible, and if you didn't spend a lot of your time in the middle of the fairway, then you're having to hit out stuff that's,
Yeah.
first of all, you don't really know what flight you're going to get, and then you're rolling out twice as much as you normally are. And yeah, the thing is that, like, through the first hole, you hook it left, you hit this great shot over the top, and then you almost chip in. Like, in my head, if you had chipped in for birdie on that hole, that entire round would have gone differently, because your brain would have gone, oh, okay, like, it's in there.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I just felt completely. I just didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how to hit it. I don't think I've played bad before. Obviously, like loads of rounds where I played crap, but I think this was one of the first rounds where I didn't know, just didn't feel it. Like I just couldn't get.
Feel like you're like outside of your body a little bit. You're like
no. I wish. I wish I would have been outside.
I wish I was
body.
watching Peter Finch at the golf ball.
Because my body was just not out. It just wasn't working. It just really wasn't working. I hit a few decent shots kind of near the end, but even them, like they're shots that I would expect to be able to play. You know, if I'm so happy over that, what was it, 15 tee shot, like it was 5 iron, centre of the fairway, and then I followed up with just like a decent kind of gap wedge to 15, 20 foot.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing that all year, but I was deliriously happy with the fact that I've just hit 2 shots almost where I wanted them to go.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's just not. It's not good. And it has been coming a little bit because I'm 82, 83 today, and then kind of last round with card in my hand. Obviously, it's not a competition, but it was one under here. And then, but before that, like the PJ Champs, that was 76 and then an 80 odd. Admittedly, conditions there were horrendous. But then, kind of round before that was a 67. And then the round before that was like mid-70s. Then there was a few rounds in the 60s. And it's kind of played my best golf earlier in the year so far. And now it's just kind of slipping a bit. And I don't know why. It's just so annoying.
Yeah.
Just want to do it all over again.
I think, and we were talking about this as we were going around, obviously trying not to be in earshot of Pete, but we're saying, like, what makes what happened today more frustrating is that we know how well you have played leading up to it. And there were extended moments this year where we were thinking about, how low you would have to play at final to actually get in. Like, we were in the mind that all this, I mean, it wasn't a formality, but we were thinking, all Pete has to go and do is
play his golf,
shoot exactly how he's been playing now, and he gets into final without even having to try. I don't know. It was so hard to it's so hard to watch you have to struggle around it. You almost wanted to be like, should we just go? You didn't look like you're having fun.
That was not happening.
No.
Yeah.
I think that might be the least fun I've had on a golf course.
Yeah. It was hard to watch one of your friends have to do, what I want also is I want you to try and think about if there were any positives from today. Obviously, you didn't feel like you struck the ball very well. You didn't score particularly well. But what, like, can you think, like, I was trying to think on the way down 18 about how good it was that you didn't walk in when we got, when we got close to the clubhouse. What positives do you feel like you can take from it?
You just slogged it out.
I don't think there's a single positive today. Like, literally nothing. There was not a single ray of light in that entire shower that has just gone on there. I think the only positive was the fact that so many people turned out. Yeah. It was amazing. And they all stuck around, which I thought was incredible. Yeah. Maybe just because Jake was playing really well.
Who's this guy?
You should get a YouTube channel.
And then Charlie was great as well. I mean, Charlie, used to play on tour, Charlie, a few years
really?
back.
There was a lot of +4 rumours about him.
Yeah, what did he shoot?
He was 3 over.
3 over,
4
right?
over.
We're trying to work this. Work
yeah,
it out,
yeah. I mean, he played fine, but that's his first. I think it was his maybe only his 7th, 8th round this year. but he's a good player.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
see,
He's been a
yeah.
good player
No,
for a
he was,
long, long
he
time.
was cool.
So at least the people who came out got to see some decent golf.
Yeah,
That was the only positive.
yeah. I think also like just taking it, not obviously from today, but then building up this whole quest for the Open Series. Obviously, what this would be episode 9 now, episode 10. How many episodes we've done, and it's been a great series that people have got behind, and as you can see today, that people have wanted to come out and see you play and stuff like that. So you can take it from positives in definitely in that aspect that it's been a journey that you've been on. Obviously today hasn't gone particularly well, but leading up to this, it's been great. So you can't take it as it's just golf. Golf's really hard.
Yeah. Everyone watching or listening to this and watch our channel will know that you can shoot 12 over one day, and you could come out tomorrow and shoot level. Like, it's just how golf sometimes goes. I mean, like you say, you didn't play your best for sure. You got unlucky, I thought, a lot with lies and bounces and all that kind of thing. And granted, you make your own luck by hitting slightly better shots and all that kind of stuff. But it was a day where it just felt like everything was just slightly against you a little bit.
There was a couple of times where I felt like you made smart decisions and didn't get rewarded for them. Like, I don't know, there's a couple of irons off tees where, you're just in the first cut, or you get a dodgy. It's just so frustrating.
Again, it's just missing fairways with irons is like something I really shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, did get a little bit unlucky, but it's just annoying because every journey has obviously a destination in the end.
100%.
And we were heading towards it probably with a little bit more confidence. Like, we had it mapped out, and then we get to one of the final roundabouts. I try and hit the brakes, but they're not working, and I end up crashing into a tree and exploding into a fireball, where right in front of everyone, I am just being burnt alive. And I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to put myself out. I'm opening the bottle of water. There's no water in there. The extinguisher's not working. I jump in the river, and it's an overflow from the local petrol company. So I just set everything on fire. And it's just crap. It's just so annoying. Like, that is like, I've worked probably this year as well as the comps we played, and probably worked the hardest that I have on my game. That's definitely the worst I've shown open qualifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird, isn't it?
Why it's so annoying?
Yeah. Maybe that's another positive, I suppose, as well, is that like this year, whether to speculate or not, that maybe the chance that this happens again next year or not, maybe it's a conversation we'll have in the near future. But there's something to be learned of how you went about it this year, and how you prepared, and how you feel what went wrong, what went right. If there was anything in the build-up towards open qualifying we could have done better or worse. I don't know if it's something you want to talk about immediately right now, but I would imagine maybe you feel like you want to go again.
I don't know. It's so annoying because what have we done this year? So we've played.
Your name is Peter Finch.
So
The
obviously
year is 2024.
Won a comp, well, joined first in a comp, come second in a few, like shot on the par rounds, played well.
Back to back under par rounds.
And
Myrtle Beach, like that. So that was a massive for you. That Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I mean that, and that was good, and I was obviously kind of pleased with how I played there, but that was mostly because I drove it really well that day. Today,
It wasn't.
Just put the driver away.
I almost killed someone.
18 minutes.
Are you talking off first?
18.
Almost killed 2
40.
people.
How nervous were you off the first? Like,
I was nervous. That's the most nervous I've been in a long time.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of people, but yeah.
The build-up, here it is. Got to go play some golf.
Yeah.
Did not play golf.
You were playing a different game
I don't know what that was.
That
was so different than golf. That was basically, I was playing Baccarat.
He was drinking. You can't say that while someone's drinking.
That is a hard game to understand as well.
I turned up.
Nuf Alabonk.
I turned up to play Open qualifying today with a canoe. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. You needed a canoe because you were lost up creek.
Whatever time that is.
20.
This is the swearing podcast.
It's just the swearing
This is
podcast
the
today.
swearing
But you know
podcast.
what? Fine.
Whatever.
Fine.
Sorry, Kieran.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
good
fine.
luck. Kieran's
You know
gonna-
what?
Sorry, sorry, Kieran.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm sure you can ask AI to look for swear words.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Potentially.
probably up for it by now.
Potentially.
Good lord.
Oh,
I mean,
Dave's got a question.
Go on.
Did this feel like last open qualifying?
What, last year's one? Or last time he did it?
Is this bad performance just like an isolated incident, or did you feel like you underperformed that time as well?
To any, if that didn't pick up, does this feel like last open qualifying, or is this an isolated?
I mean,
experience?
it feels like I've hugely underperformed in this one compared to the other ones. I think there was more expectation in my mind for this one than previous
I
ones.
agree.
I wonder if that's what...
yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
how annoying... I think if you had played much more average this year, your expectations for the round today would have been, oh, cool, I'll go out and like try and grind out a level 1 under...
Right.
Because we've seen you
Yeah.
shoot because we've seen some ludicrous stuff this year
Yep.
of like really, really good scores. I think we had it in our heads that you were gonna this was gonna be a walk, and you had it a little bit in your head that like, oh my god, I need to actually go out and do that thing that I've been doing all year in front of everyone on this one round. Yeah, it didn't.
So what we're saying is next year, if you just slap it around all year,
Yeah, I think that's the
take
move.
no form in at all,
Mm-hmm.
and then just rock up and shoot 3
Be
under.
the
and-
biggest underdog.
Yep. Everyone will be, oh, Peter Finch. Nah, he ain't getting through.
I did have a thought about next year filming all loads of Quest for the Open episodes, but not releasing any of them. So not telling anyone that we're doing Quest for the Open, and then put them all out on one day, like a series. You know, when
Like
they
a
release
like
a
a
series,
Netflix series.
yeah,
sort
when
of
they
thing.
release a whole series all at once.
Yeah.
But so there's no pressure because no one has watched the entire series going all the way up to the Open qualifying.
I
We
like
don't even
that.
tell anyone we're filming them, and then we put them all out on
Yeah.
the day of Open qualifying.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that. That's
Pete,
good.
thoughts?
Like a full swing, like a full swing sort of thing.
Yeah,
Just poke him and make sure he stays.
yeah. He's. I mean, his eyes are open.
Yeah, good.
He doesn't.
No,
No one knows.
I think also what this shows is that how much you care about it, and I think that's the thing that obviously going round, and that was, you know, I didn't speak to you at all today, and that was the one thing I noticed is that you wanted it so bad, and you know, it just shows how much passion you have for, you know, for what you're doing. So you know, I think it's you know, something that you need to take, you know, a positive of, really.
What do you think? What do you think Paddy would have said after seeing you there?
Yeah, that was my other question. Was did Podrick come into your mind at any point?
What would he have said?
You think you're so arrogant you can hit every good shot?
He said, I don't know him.
Yeah,
Never met the guy.
Yeah, don't want to be associated.
Don't want to be
with him.
associated.
Yeah.
he's actually taken that video down.
Oh.
I'm sure he'll forgive you.
I mean, I promise you, I was trying to be positive, but once you're 7 over through 10 holes, whatever it was, it's hard to
Yeah.
stay
Mm.
positive.
Did you get to 14 and then relax then because you were like, well,
I don't know. I've no idea, but I don't actually think I was relaxed at any point during that round. Like there was, I don't think. Like I said, I didn't enjoy it at all. I don't think I laughed once.
yeah.
24.
20.
God's sake. Okay, so let's have a quick chat about your. We were obviously having a conversation between the 4 of us, and obviously a load of people who came out to watch was saying, you know, what's going on with Pete? What's, you know, how's he playing? We're trying to remain as positive to people as possible, but we also know that, you know, when you get to 6 or 7 and your head goes down, you start hitting yourself with your putter, which you did twice.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, we know that something's not quite right. Did you? What conversations did you have with people who weren't us, you know, and among ourselves, where you kind of and what were you thinking and what were you explaining to other people?
I wasn't really.
You had we noticed first 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 or 7 holes. You didn't talk. You didn't talk to your playing partners. You didn't really talk to. You didn't it didn't feel like you were. It felt like you parred one and then things started not going your way, and suddenly you were like switched off.
Just got in.
You got on the first, and it went downhill from there.
It does go down a little bit. I think
It does actually.
I did struggle. Struggle's the right word. So for whatever reason, I think I was contacted by the RNA kind of prior to the event, and he said, for whatever reason, you're good to film, but we don't want you wearing mics just because it might pick up other people, and they might not want to be saying stuff. I don't know, whatever.
Right.
And to be honest, like all the other comp videos that we've done, like there's always been chat, there's always been talk, there's always been more of like a video.
Yeah.
A bit more relaxed, and maybe today was a bit tighter.
Maybe let's say did it feel like you were making a video?
Yeah, but it did. But after a while, it was like I'm not sure I want to. Here.
I don't want to be making a video
yeah,
anymore.
I don't want to go home.
Yeah.
I want to go home. It was like after like 12 hours, I was like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Actually, I was saying that a lot. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing? And I didn't have any answers. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause normally, if like, you kind of get like the more you play golf and like the better you get at it, there will be a point where you just have a terrible round, terrible bit of form, whatever. Normally, there's something. There's like a fade or a stinger or just a chip driver, anything really, a shot that you can play.
Yeah.
Something that you can fall back on.
Yeah.
And like in reality, the biggest bird. in reality, there was nothing today that felt like comfortable.
Yeah, you couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't rest on anything.
And it was like, wow, that was nasty.
Mm.
Especially those holes, 5 and 6, kind of coming down where you got water to the right and out of bounds to the left.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've ever gripped a club tighter. We might have to change that driver shaft. Could be splintered underneath.
Yeah.
I thought you played. I thought you played 5.
5 you played
5
well.
really well.
You just
short putted yourself.
You tried to get up and
then-
down with the putter on the left.
And then
6 and 7, sorry then.
Yeah, 6 and 7.
right, okay, yeah, because
Oh yeah, tee shot on 6 was.
yeah. So this is my thought: is that like, I almost wanted to say to you, why have you got a driver in your hand when both of your playing partners are laying up short of that first bunker?
All part of the plan.
Yeah.
I had a plan. I had a plan, and I play those.
You tried to.
shots in
You
practice.
got to try to stick to what you. Yeah.
And I mean, it's a fade with a driver.
Yeah.
I've played a fade with my driver for 20 years. Like I should be able to hit a fade with a driver. And even that second shot, I would love to see. You know what? Obviously, I'm going to be editing this. I would actually love to see my swing on those few holes and prior to it. Just
probably
to see,
not
just,
even
just
what
to see what it was
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I funny you say that because I actually thought to myself that doesn't look normal.
It wasn't.
I was behind the ball. In fact, because you one's out of bounds, and then you hit driver, and it went down the right, didn't it? And then the hole after that is the one where you end up in the rough on the left, and I was behind the ball for that swing. And as you swung, I was like, that was weird. It didn't look like your swing normally looks. yeah, funny you say that because I remember registering it in my brain, but then obviously go on, do whatever you need to do next. But you are right. It didn't look as smooth and as comfortable and as easy as it normally does for you.
Wow.
We could go on for hours about how
We could
you hit it today.
We could analyze it, but I think we'll probably leave the full analysis for the video. I would say, and
which is out in a couple of days on Friday.
Yeah. But at least that's the raw reaction to what's happened.
Yeah. This is literally like an hour.
Yeah,
it
hasn't
like
literally
Walked
started.
off the last, took
the
one
rawest
took
you
one
could-
photo, and then
yeah.
came straight here.
Yeah.
The rawest you could do it.
I think maybe when the video's out and the way it's kind of going to have to been filmed and shot and your input with a lot of voiceover and stuff like that, you'll be able to kind of sit down and maybe talk through things a little bit easier than you can do right now. It is. I think we're all feeling the same. As surely, probably not as gutted as you are, because I imagine you thought you could do really, as we thought you were going to do really well today. That being said, I think there's a lot to just reflecting over the year and everything like that. There's a lot of positives to take from how well you've played this year, and just one round of golf, as we all know, is not a representation of you as a golfer, and everyone else watching will know that as well, for sure.
Yeah, maybe. Golf, man.
Yeah, it's a horrible game.
Golf's a
Why do
really-
we do it?
Golf's a
do it.
really, really hard game.
Shouldn't do it.
We shouldn't do it.
Shouldn't do it.
Should we change? Like,
Peter Finch canoeing.
yeah, there we go.
It's
Because like, what can go wrong with that?
Oh yeah. No,
You can drown.
like no.
Well, yeah, that's
nothing's
true.
ever gone wrong with that, has it?
You could be kept in a riptide and die.
Peter Finch archery. You like
Yeah.
archery.
We
You
have
like
got
archery.
a dartboard here, so we could.
Same
Peter
thing.
Finch darts.
Darts does seem quite safe.
Now listen to me. I'm going to aggravate a lot of people right now, but darts is not a real sport.
Yeah, it is.
If you can do it
No,
while
no,
hammered and fat, that's
I-
not a sport.
Darts isn't darts is a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a sport,
Mhm.
but it's a very skilled game.
Oh yeah. Of
So
course.
it's like snooker.
Yeah.
That's not a sport. You know what I mean?
It's not.
Like
There's
golf.
going to be people who are really upset with how you've played today, and then even more upset that you're like ripping into their favourite sport.
But like it's
Or
also
game.
it's also like incredibly highly skilled. There's
Yeah,
only few
yeah,
people
yeah.
who can do it.
Yeah.
So it's like golf is like right in the middle.
There's people like, it's harder to get a 9 dart and a 147 finish than it is to get a hole in one.
It is, but it's harder to get a 9 dart finish in a 147 than a hole in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah.
100%, yeah.
I asked you this the other day, didn't I?
Not even Friday got one.
Yeah. We did we speak about that?
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
You did say, okay,
yeah,
right.
yeah, we did, yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Am I right in someone mentioned it? Am I right in thinking that Rick got a hole in one in open qualifying like ages back?
Yeah, that was West Lancs.
Yeah.
Well, that was like one of the first times they did open qualifying. A long
So
time.
it's your turn.
Did he
coming
film
up.
it, or was it?
No.
Not filmed.
That was the days before.
didn't
That was the days when we thought, oh my god, it's so very serious. I think.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Can't film
Couldn't
it.
possibly bring the camera out.
So I think maybe that was the problem, just like not treating this as like a normal round of golf and just like building it up a little bit too much.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big, this is a very, very big event. It is, but I know what you mean. Whether there was some mental things that you could do differently.
I need to
But-
take up snooker.
Yeah.
Again, not a sport.
Because like, I'd not been to the open qualifying before, but I thought it was a brilliant day though. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the whole vibe of it. Like,
Mm.
people out were watching. Strolling the fairways with us. It's like 3 rounds and you're in the open. It's mental.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, and you can be an amateur. Like, after, it's such a cool sort of concept.
Yeah,
And
no, that's cool.
so
Cool for them.
yeah, yeah.
And that's the thing, like getting
Exactly.
everyone out to kind of watch and interact. And that's the thing, is like,
Yeah.
there wasn't, like I said, there wasn't really that much interaction. It wasn't really kind of talking to people too much.
Yeah. I
So
think. I wonder if the fact that you weren't talking to a camera, the fact that you weren't, we were walking.
Didn't have a little fluffy thing on his
Yeah,
collar.
there was a couple of holes where we was like, we need him just to do a Bryson and just like take some pictures with some fans or something, and sign something, or get out of the game right now for as a short period of time and
Yeah.
like reset yourself. But it was kind of like you went up, you went up and you went under and you just didn't come up for air at any point until you holed out on 18.
Yeah, I was drowning, not waving.
Yeah, it was tough.
Aside from the catastrophe that's just gone on, in golfing sense, and we do have to remember it is just golf, but it just
Keep swearing if you want. I'll keep bleeping.
no.
It's almost 35.
I'm
Do another swear. Make you feel better.
No. Just going to try and keep it under control. What else
cry
has
if
been
you
going on? Scottish Shuffle won again. So
For God's sake.
he's keeping my 13 wins
Yeah.
this year bet running.
He's on 6 now.
6 now.
He is on 6.
He's kind of running out a little bit of time.
In 7 starts.
I was
6 and last 10.
6 in the last 10. So I said he'd win 13, but I had the whole calendar year, so he's
You
still
did,
got time.
you
Right, okay.
So
Yeah.
not on the season.
And
the calendar.
we did clip that reel, so
It's
It's
got
ready
that
to
in-
go.
That's
It's in
on
the-
time
when it
stamp,
happens.
It's in the in
Yeah.
the books, ready to go.
It's in the
so,
bank, like Jacob predicting the Open
Yeah.
winner.
Yeah, I'm dining out on that.
He's having some year by way with the Just Stop Oil. The Just Stop Oil protesters coming on the green. Just
Yeah.
on the 72nd hole. Just think, just think for a second. What has happened to Scottish Shuffle this year?
Oh my God.
He's like played Tiger Woods golf, won the Masters, won event after event, has a chance to win another major, gets arrested, spends like the morning in the prison cell, comes out, ultimately doesn't do well, doesn't play well at the US Open, which everyone's
Has a
expected
kid.
him to, has a kid, comes out, is in contention for like one of the next events he plays with his family in tow, literally the baby sleeping on the side of the green. He's just about to put out. Protesters storm the green, cops swarm in, rugby tackle them, clear them all out, and then he wins in a playoff. And then he did he like put his baby to sleep in the interview?
Yeah,
Literally,
he did.
yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
literally jiggling a child while getting asked questions.
It's absolutely mad.
Yeah. They had a tenner on Tom Kim, I think. Just Stop Oil. They needed some more money to build some
Yeah,
revenue up, and they needed to break something up.
Didn't David have money on Tom Kim?
He did.
What did you have?
Top 20.
Top 20 and Patrick Cantley top 10.
Go on, Pat.
There you go.
Fat Pat. Go on,
Fat
Fat
Pat.
Pat.
Did he finish top 10 then?
Yeah.
I must admit I didn't watch any of the event until I saw what was happening protest-wise.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Scotty was in contention. I should have. But like,
It's just
you
like I said.
should've
I
I
said
just
to you.
assumed. I was going to say.
oh,
Just
it's
assumed.
changed.
Oh, Cam Young.
Oh yeah, he had a 59, did he?
It's just been shown a picture of him.
David didn't even tell us what was going on. He just showed a picture of Cam
The
Young.
thing is as well as I
That's
don't
brilliant.
have any contact glasses or my sunglasses on, so I couldn't really, but I could make out the man.
He looks miserable.
Yeah.
Must be Cam Young.
Oh, he's not
Yeah.
smiling. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 59.
59. And
Unbelievable.
he had like the opposite of what I did today.
Yeah.
He had like a really terrible range session,
Yeah.
and then went out
Just no expectation.
and shot.
Sometimes that's the
59.
way, isn't it?
Yeah,
then-
59. And then I think on the final day, his first 4 holes he birdied. So I think in like, what was it, in 26 holes of golf, 24, he was like 17 under or something.
Good
It was
lord
like
above.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
It's a joke.
unbelievable.
Some good golfers out there.
Yeah.
Like, but it does happen. Listen, Nelly Corder.
Oh my God! Yeah, we haven't even spoke about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she like 81 did she shoot
Mhm.
on the second round,
Yeah.
and like she was in kind of tears coming up the hole.
So you go. You're
I
just as
know
good as her.
exactly how you feel,
Yeah.
Nelly.
It was like
Almost.
when the US Open was all coming in, and the first thought was like, let's have a look at the leaderboard and see what Pete matched. And it was like Phil Mickelson was 9 over.
Yeah.
Victor was 8 over.
Yeah.
I did like that.
So you're just as good as them, really.
Yeah, you shot 79.
Yeah,
And you
I-
shot 81, same as Nelly
Yeah.
today, so or 82 actually. You know.
So what we found out is that you're about as good as Phil Mickelson and Nelly Corder.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It's a 1v1 versus them.
No
1v1.
shots. 1v1v1.
Would love to have you on the channel.
What an eclectic mix.
God,
Peter
can
Finch,
you
Phil Mickelson, and Nelly Corder.
imagine the video?
We listened to the podcast and thought that'd be great.
Clip it to him, send it to him.
yeah.
It's worked before.
Right. You know what? What this might be like the shortest podcast ever. What are we actually on here?
We are on 39 minutes.
Say 9 minutes.
I wanna just push people to the fact that after you've listened to this episode today, we have a video coming out which is of a glorious golf course, which I believe is around Finch.
It is.
If you want to watch Pete play maybe some good golf, maybe some bad golf. Go and watch. I'm not going to spoil it. But please do, because it is an unbelievable golf course.
Great course.
They looked after us amazingly, as all the courses did when we went over to Ireland. It's a 18-hole course vlog as usual, and we had TJ Ford play with us, who was the South of Ireland winner of 2021.
2021.
Again, lovely guy.
Great golf.
Paddy Talks Golf walked around with us as well and sort of caddied for TJ. Excellent video. Kieran smashed the edit once again. Yeah, it's a great watch. So please go and check that out when that comes out later today on the Tuesday of this release. Apart from that, like I say, I think the video for this is going to come out on Friday.
With a bit of luck.
And then after going into next week, all the kind of Luke, Sean content that we filmed in Ireland is going to start coming out. So a lot of really good stuff is coming out on the channel recently, and we're getting into a time of the year where there's a lot going on. We've got a couple of trips coming up. Pete is, I assume we can say, working at the Open. Unfortunately not playing, but you're going to be
still going to be there.
You're going to be doing stuff there.
To be honest, until the Open, so it's like we're doing Record Breakers filming.
Yeah, that's this week.
That was why I had my hand up, because I wanted to announce that Record Breakers has come back. We had 2 people, actually 3 people, separately come up and say, "Is Record Breakers coming back?"
Tom, one of those.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Lovely,
I
lovely
said,
guy.
"Yes, it bloody is."
Awesome.
So be prepared.
Well, there you go. It is confirmed.
And Matt Fry's fresh off a hole in one. So
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Not sure what means a scramble partner right now.
what would you and Matt have shot as a scramble today?
It'd be eclectic.
He would have had to carry the load for a while.
So we've got that. Then we're going to Norway,
Yeah.
which is going to be great. And then it's the Open. And then I think there's something after that.
Germany?
Practically Germany, yeah. Practically until middle of August. Like there's literally something on almost every day.
I was going to say, we're speaking about positives. If there is one positive to take, is that you not qualifying for final does make the calendar a lot easier. Because we've been talking about
Germany was going to be a
Germany was
nightmare.
like literally insane.
we were gonna come off the final green and literally go to the airport.
But then it was fly to Germany.
We wouldn't. We'd have to like gone to the airport, fly to like Hungary or something.
and then drive.
It would have been. So we would have had to get on the tee for 8 a.m. the following day after Open qualifying, and there was literally no flights. We'd have had to drive and try and make it, basically.
Can you imagine the amount of charging stops you'd have to do?
You'd have to go.
We would have
you'd
got
have to go
petrol.
diesel for that. You've got to go diesel for that. Diesel would have got you there. Electric wouldn't have.
So there is a positive, and that's actually why I shot the score today, just to make sure.
That's
thanks,
what
yeah,
it
thanks
is.
so much.
You know what?
Yeah.
It was in the back of your mind. You thought about it. That's what it was.
That Germany trip.
Subconsciously, you were just like, can't be bothered, to be honest.
And someone very important to the Quest for the Open series is coming to that event in Germany. So look forward to that.
Who's that?
Someone who doesn't want to shout out, so we won't say their name.
The baby Jesus.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh,
is he?
Yeah,
that's nice.
so that's going to be cool.
Nice.
Oh, we'll be able to spot him. Got a massive head.
Because he's a brain.
all those brains.
Yeah, so that's going to be cool.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, cool.
Very cryptic.
Guys, I'm
We're at 43 minutes.
I'm not
so-
going to lie. I want to go.
You want to go home? Yeah.
That's
Right, Pete, you go home. We'll finish the podcast without you.
No.
Okay.
I
We do
don't-
got a guest player?
You've not got to go. There's very few days in my life when I don't want to film and I don't want to work. But right now,
Yeah.
I just want to go home. I want to curl up in a ball and just die. Like
2 out of 3 is not bad.
metaphorically.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like my soul. Not
Which-
like
I know what you mean. I know. What you
Yeah.
mean.
It's a good point with guess the player. We haven't had one in a while. We need
We need to do a 9-hole special.
There might be a 9-hole.
do need one. Are we filming next week? Have we got another? What? It feels like
What's happening?
His brain is
I
completely
don't know what
fried,
I
right?
don't know what we're doing
Yeah,
now.
we're
Yeah.
next week we're back to we're normal. We'll be in the office. We'll be in the studio.
Because then we're gonna have to go to Germany.
Germany on,
Tuesday.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there are
Or,
any
or
flights
Wednesday
left.
or whatever.
Can't go Wednesday. We'll have to be Tuesday.
No, I think we can do Wednesday now.
No, we can't do Wednesday.
Oh. Because that's when the program is.
Exactly.
But we can go on Tuesday because
Exactly.
there is a flight that gets in at 8 o'clock
We're
in the evening on Tuesday.
just gonna go into Munich.
Lord of
We can
love.
go to the pro-am party as well.
Let's go on Monday.
Yeah, shall we?
Let's just go on Monday. Find a beerhausen.
Be a killer.
Beerkeller.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Right.
Kieran's
enough.
going to Benidorm.
Yeah.
When? Next week?
On the Tuesday. Yeah, on the Tuesday. or Wednesday,
Tuesday,
something like
Kieran's
that, I
off
don't
to
know.
Benidorm.
That's what I mean. I'm filming the podcast and then I'm going.
He's off.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Fine. Right.
Sorry.
Hang on.
It really was.
That was completely pointless. If you're going to use one, you've got to do
I'm really sorry, but in the calendar it says final qualifier.
Yeah,
Delete it.
We're not doing that.
delete it.
Thanks for that, though, mate. Appreciate that.
No, we are. That was 45 for that swear.
Okay.
Final swear finished us off.
Wonderful. Well, guys, I just want to say a huge thank you for watching. Huge thank you for listening. A big thank you to Hesketh for allowing us to use the clubhouse as well. And kind of use this as a bit of a base of operations today. It's been absolutely lovely. Please come play and see if you can beat my score. If
It's a lovely course.
if you know,
If you can hit it
you
straight.
probably can do.
It's not hard.
If it's not, like you'll be
Yeah.
all right.
If you know where your golf ball's going, you did better than what Pete is. So.
If you've ever held a golf club before, you might have it covered.
Every episode, we'll just one of us will take it in turns to see if can one of us beat Peter Finch Hesketh. Anyway,
Okay.
finish us off. Take us home.
Go and have a McDonald's.
Yeah, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on your favourite podcast provider, or don't, to be honest. What's the point? And then we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks so much for everyone who came to watch today. It was cool.
That is a genuine thank
Yeah.
you as well.
Yeah,
It's
it was
been
very cool to
very
meet
cool.
everyone.
Awesome.
Cool. Awesome.
Let's
right.
go home.
Yeah.
Well
home.
done, Pete.
Back to Manchester. Come on.
Good work. Bye, everyone.
So, yeah.